Was just in LA last week. I took my daughter to Disneyland, my 4-year-old daughter. I flew her out there and bought her tickets to Disneyland. And on the morning we were going to Disneyland, I asked her what she was looking forward to most. And she replied, cotton candy. And I thought, fuck, did I just misspend a shitload of money? We could have just stayed in Denver and I could have just found a parking lot and pushed her around in a refrigerator box. And then at the end been like, cotton candy, dream achieved. I got you that. Turns out it was a non-issue. I didn't even have to buy her cotton candy. Never even came up. She was obsessed with finding Rapunzel and touching her hair like the world's tiniest serial killer. So, and we did. We found her and she touched her hair. And she goes, it felt like a wig. And in my brain, I was like, keep fucking quiet. This is like her version of Santa Claus. Don't ruin this. I'm like, well, maybe she needs a new conditioner or something. I don't know. You're too smart. You ruined it for yourself, kid. Sorry. I saw my favorite amusement park driving down to Disneyland. It's called Knott's Berry Farm. I've never been there. It's not my favorite because I've ever been there. I've never been there. It's just my favorite because of the backstory that I like to imagine for it. Like, I like to imagine at one point it was just a berry farm, and then it fell on hard times. And then Farmer Knott was like, hey, you know what would bring people to this berry farm? Fucking roller coasters. And he was right. And he put it, but then they kept the name. He was like so delusional. He's like, I know why they're really coming. It's the preserves, not the shitloads of rides. It's the jellies that really get people coming. Like, if you didn't know that they had how many people are blowing by that exit every day on the Knott's Berry Farm? Could give a shit. Just add and roller coasters. That's all I have to do, just to the name. Knott's Berry Farm and roller coasters, just in case that was more to your liking. Just throw that in there. That reminds me of my favorite Christian t-shirt that I saw right outside this very venue like a month ago. On the back of the t-shirt, in big letters, it said, serve your purpose on your knees. And that's all it said. That's all it said. They didn't add by praying in all that ample space, or like by specifically not sucking dicks. Like, anything would have been a better choice, really, for that. When I was in Los Angeles, I went to my favorite yoga studio. Again, not my favorite because of the yoga that happens inside. It's my favorite because of the name. It's called Still Yoga. It's my favorite because I want to just go in there every day and be like, hey, is this a frozen yogurt shop yet? Because then they have to answer, no, it's Still Yoga. And I'm like, okay, I'll come back. I'll try again tomorrow. I had the most methed out yoga teacher. That's a weird way to describe a yoga teacher. Like, I've had some like out of it yoga teachers. The most methed out yoga teacher. Like, just like crazy aggressive. Like, right from I walk into the yoga studio. I'm dressed to do yoga. She's in the main area of the place. And I just walked into the front door and she turns to me and she goes, are you coming or are you going? What the fuck? I just walked in through the front door. Is this like some sort of wizard's riddle or something? Like, I'm clearly coming. I'm clearly walking in. But now I'm thinking of going, strongly thinking of going. But I didn't. I stayed, which was probably a horrible decision. And she starts class. She's like, I don't usually start class with a speech. And I'm like, cool. Well, I'm excited that you are this time. I don't usually start class with a speech. But the other day, I literally started a cyber riot on my LiveJournal page. That's what she actually said. I was like, you just combine so many 80s science fiction terms to say nothing at all. You can't literally start a cyber riot because that's not a thing. That's not a thing that exists, so you can't literally start one. I think what she meant is that she posted something on the internet and got a shitload of negative comments, which is known as participating in the internet. You should have been like, I participated in the internet recently. A cyber riot, Jesus. On my LiveJournal page. I took it over to MySpace. I said, enough. Enough of this. Hey, there's cool rainbow lights back here. I've never had this much room to roam on the stage. Usually there's a shitload of musical instruments. Not tonight. I've got to take advantage of it. Yeah. So, this is the last thing I'll talk about my trip to LA. I have other jokes too. One other joke. When I was in LA, if you've never been, big into STD testing. Like I like to judge the city I'm visiting in by the billboards I see, and judging from the billboards I see in LA, people in LA are having a shitload of unprotected sex, but they want to be just responsible enough so they're getting checked afterward. So there's like billboards everywhere. But the kicker was I saw a van that was advertising HIV test results in 1 minute. 1 minute, holy shit. That sounds like it would be like a mid-hookup decision, like you're in your bedroom, like, yeah, taking off your clothes. Oh, you know what, hang on. You know what, I'm just gonna run down the street to this van. Hang on, I'll be right back. It'll be literally 1 minute, hang on. Okay, I'll be right back. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, thank you. And then you have to just text him, never mind. 1 minute. When I go to Planned Parenthood, it's 15 minutes. And that's too short. Like, because I'll sit there and I'm like, I definitely have it. I've been living like a fucking disgusting pig. I definitely have AIDS and I deserve it. And I've got to change the way I behave. You know, those 15 minutes you just spend in penance. They come in, they're like, no, you don't have it. Yes, I knew I didn't have it. You just leave and then resume doing all the horrible shit you were doing before. But like 1 minute, you don't have time to reflect on your decisions. You could just go like every day or something. Yeah, I don't know what I did last night. Just check me again. Fine, thanks. Perfect. So I travel a lot for comedy, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to fly for most of that. And I have to say, we have the coolest looking airport in the whole country, right? Like DA, it's like mountains or teepees. No one knows exactly what it's supposed to be. Space tent, who gives a shit? It looks incredible. It's like a circus of the planes, whatever you want it to be. That's what it is, as long as it's tent-based. That's all it can be. But that's the only cool thing about our airport. That's like where the cool shit ends, is that tent. Everything else, awful. You got to walk downstairs after your flight, get on that musical train. Boodle-a-doop-a-doot-doot. Welcome to Denver. I'm 6. Hop aboard. Boop, boop, boodle-a-boop, boop. It doesn't even make any sense, because the train will be like, ba-doodle-a-doot, a train is approaching. No shit, why don't you just say, a train is approaching? Like, who needs a musical cue to warm them up for an announcement? It's like, hey, yokel, open up those ear holes. Here comes a sweet blues riff, and then some news. Boop. I was thinking about it. Maybe it's a courtesy. Maybe there's like a certain handicap that only responds to the pan flute or something. And that's why they do it. So when the train's pulling up, it's like, doot, 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 a train is approaching. And then like a gnome jumps out of the trash, like, a train is approaching. You're like, yeah, get on there, buddy. You got shit to do. Don't forget your conical red hat. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's the only musical airport I've ever been to in the whole country. I haven't been to every airport, but I've been to pretty much every airport. Anywhere else you fly, it's like, hey, welcome to Dallas-Fort Worth. Just get your shit and go. We're all adults here. See you later. Of course, me being from Denver, I'm like, I'm sorry, is there a train coming? I missed that. We don't just bark 'em at you where I'm from. Lube me up with a little banjo first, then I know there's words coming. I'm going to start traveling with like my own slide whistle in my back pocket. I'll just warm myself up for these. Like, okay, yep, mission received. I'm from Denver, thank you. We're trained this way. They also have these people in the airport. I don't know what their official title is, like information ambassadors or something. I don't know. They're to help like lost and confused travelers, and they're old people, and they wear, this is their outfit. They wear cowboy hats and running shoes with a Bluetooth headset. Pretty much the exact uniform of someone I would never ask directions of, ever. I will wander this fucking airport lost for an hour before I talk to that person. Are you kidding me? Like, hey, y'all lost? Hey, I'm playing cowboy over here. Cyber cowboy over, no, never. That shit's insane. That stuff's just cute though. Like the train and the horse, I think we can all agree that's the worst. That horse out on the lawn. And now it's up for removal and people are like, no, we love it. Murderers. Anybody who loves that, murderer, even if they haven't done it yet, aspiring murderer. That thing is the worst. Every time I have a flight, you know, you get those pre-flight butterflies as you're driving to the airport. Like, all right, chill out. It's way more dangerous to be driving on I-70 than it is to get on a plane. And that's a fact. Oh, cool. There's the nightmare specter of death rearing up on its haunches with its eternally glowing orange eyes and creepy oversized horse dick. Awesome. Awesome. Just have a good feeling for this flight. I don't know what it is. This electrocuted horse is just my good luck charm, apparently. Oh my God. And that thing killed its creator. It fell on him and killed. I shouldn't laugh, but that's fucking hilarious. Are you kidding me? It fell on the dude and killed him, and this became like a straight-to-Netflix horror movie come to life. You know, at like 3 a.m., that thing animates and then just goes and tramples wayward teens at the Tower Road Park and Ride. I don't think we should be out here, Chad. I think I heard a hoofbeat. That thing comes out of the darkness, just crushes the car. Boom, by dawn, back at the airport, back in that pose. Nobody the wiser. Except for the shitload of giant horse prints around the smashed car. Whatever, I'm not a detective. You guys figure this out. All right, that's all that I will do up front. That's it for my jokes. Thank you. Whoops, I just knocked into this.